Hi guys, this is my Hoya Carnosa Crimson Princess and it is an update. I know I've updated her so many times now in such a short amount of time, and that is because if you have watched the previous video, I transplanted her again. I know, but I will give you the details as to why. I hope you enjoy the rest of my video. You're going to hit the like, subscribe, and of course the bell so you're notified every single time I do upload a new video. All my social media accounts will be in the description section, so do check that out. What I am using for her will be in the description section as well, so if you want to see what I'm doing, do check that out. So she was sitting right in front of a west-facing window, and it's not the brightest west-facing window that I do have. However, she was in a very big self-watering pot. If you've seen, you know what, I'm going to link the previous video above and all her previous videos above links so you guys can check that out if you're curious. If not, if you don't find it on time or you don't catch it in time, you could always find it on my channel. So anyway, the water level would always state that she was like 90% full, but she really wasn't. I mean, she was, but the plant wasn't really absorbing or getting any of the water, and that is due to the fact that the pot was way too big. And yes, the top part was dry, but self-watering pots don't really work like that. It's supposed to keep on providing water. However, the root system of this particular collective vines of Hoya was still very, very fine. From what I've noticed, Hoya root system really is very fine. This is one of my oldest Hoyas, and not really that old. But still, when I bought her, she was well established, but they just, I don't know, they're just not very heavily rooted kind of plant like other plants like syngoniums, you know. So because of that, the pot was way too big, and I didn't have a smaller pot at the time, and she doesn't really fit in a smaller pot that I do have. So she was kind of in between. So I just decided to put her back in a 6-inch pot. I feel very confident when it comes to Carnosas. They grow really well in a regular pot for me. So I just did that. And instead of using regular potting soil, I decided to use cactus or succulent soil this time. And the reason for that is that when I transplanted her, her soil was so dense because I didn't really use a airy type of soil. But she was thriving. It's just, it became so dense, and that could be another reason. This is speculation, but that could be a reason why her root system really didn't develop as well. So that's another issue that I was thinking of. I was actually on the fence of using either that one, either a succulent or cactus soil or coco coir or even orchid bark. But then when I took it to bare root, orchid bark is way too large and chunky for her root system to grasp. So it would topple over all the time, and I really wouldn't want that, because every time it would do that, it would just injure the root system and the plant itself. So I decided against the orchid bark, and then I also kind of like thought maybe if it's too heavy to stay in one 6-inch pot, I could split it, and the other one I could experiment with coco coir. That didn't work out because she really didn't grow that much roots while being in the self-watering pot, because it was way too big. It has nothing to do with that. Growing plants usually in a self-watering pot can encourage root growth if you have the right size pot. So that was my big mistake, and it was an experiment, and I feel really awful about it. So my water mix is very, very different now, and as I'm just gonna show right now, she's very wrinkly because she's very dehydrated, and that was because the self-watering pot wasn't really providing enough water because it was too big. So I'm just gonna do once over. So I hope that watering her, I mean, she's okay, but not really doing great, you know? So I watered her, and I hope she's just gonna do better and forgive me. And I'm hoping for the best. I am experimenting in regards to foliar spray with my Hoyas. So far, other plants are very successful in regards to the foliar spray that I have provided, but my Hoyas, I still do not have any blooms. So, or umbels, I think they start as an umbel and then a peduncle and buds, then develop into flowers. I just recently found out about that anyway. If you guys have other tips in regards to how you're able to, how you care for your Carnosa and Hoyas that have encouraged constant blooms, I would really want to replicate that situation. So, again, she sits in a west-facing window. I'm adjusting her water mix. I changed her medium, and the next update, hopefully, she'll still be here, and she's already thriving, hopefully. I really do hope I don't have to transplant her anymore because I feel so bad for her. She shouldn't be transplanted this often. For me anyway, even like once a year is a bit much, unless they're really tight in that pot and they've overgrown it, then I feel like it's not so bad. But now I feel really bad. I actually thought that she was going to thrive in that pot, you know, the soft watering pot, because all my other plants thrive in them. So I thought maybe she will. So anyway, if you want to chit chat about this particular plant, especially if you've had a Carnosa about 1 to 2 years like me, and I would like to know how you care for them, what direction of light, how close that your Carnosa Crimson Princess is to that light source. Is it right at the window? Is it a foot away from the window or whatever? And if you do provide any kind of nutrients in the water, I would like to know what those are as well. Everything that you do, I would like to know. So I do not provide extra humidity for this one, or I don't provide any extra humidity. I just recently switched my fertilizer for this one. It's my first plant to do it, so I really hope it works because she's already in a ton of stress. But I do add anti-shock every time I transplant a plant until they recuperate, so they can focus on actually just getting better and not really acclimating and getting better, or just growing and thriving. So this is it. And if you guys want to chit chat about Carnosas, especially Crimson Princess, let me know down in the comment section. I love hearing from you guys all the time. Thank you guys so much for the love and support, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.